What's up, gaming heroes? Welcome back to another awesome World of Warcraft video. My name is Erosium, and in today's video we're going to be doing some Garrison Gold Making once again. Now, just a quick disclaimer, I haven't done a Garrison Gold Making video in a little while, and it's been a little while since I've done this. So I've had tons of new people join the channel since. I've probably had nearly 1,000 new subscribers since the last Garrison Gold Making video. So guys, if you haven't seen any of these Garrison Gold Making videos before, go to the playlist on my channel called Garrison Gold Setup, and it is honestly an incredible playlist that has just the most useful information on how you can get started from no garrison all the way up to a highly profitable garrison that requires very minimal work as an overall. The reason I haven't been producing a lot of these Garrison Gold Making videos, if I'm dead honest with you, is just because it's not highly searched content on World of Warcraft YouTube, so I find it's very difficult to grow my channel with just Garrison Gold Making. However, that being said, I do love Garrison Gold Making because it is so efficient, and I do plan to continue to make this awesome type of content. I'm going to be trying to introduce this to more people as an overall. But with that being said, please be sure to smash the like button, show appreciation for this type of video, and if you've got any questions, ask them in the comments. I will try to make sure that I put everything that you guys need in the comments and the description, such as the playlist to the Gold Making Garrison setup. Right, without further ado, let's get into the video. Today's video is going to be all about the barn. As I promised in my actual last Garrison Gold Making video, I would make a video on how the barn works, and how you can basically get yourself unlimited amounts of sumptuous fur with a very passive gold making method. Now, why would you want to do this? Well, if you have tailoring in the garrison, you can make Hex Weave Bags, and depending on your realm, depends on how these Hex Weave Bags will sell. Now, Hex Weave Bags are a 30 slot epic bag, and a lot of people will buy these simply because they are epic. Even though there are cheaper 30 slot bags on the auction house, they sell really quickly, and in general are just really good investments. These used to go for about 800 gold. 365 is kind of the minimum I would be willing to sell mine for, and it's as I say, very passive gold. You can make 2 of these a week on each of your characters. Say you have 20 characters, you're producing 40 bags a week, which is honestly incredible. Let's check Silver Moon. As you can see, it's pretty similar price on a full pop versus a low pop. It really just depends on you know, where you're playing on. Let's try another EU Storm Rage. I don't know what this is going to be like. Yeah, it's a very standard price. It's 340 now. This used to be, as I say, 800, and it can fluctuate between your 340 and all the way up to 800, but generally this is the price at the moment. Now, additionally, I do just want to say that if you're not into making Hex Weave Bags and you don't want to do it for the tailoring, you can honestly just do this for the sumptuous fur, because you're going to get sumptuous fur every week. You're going to get tons of it. You can just sell it on the auction house if you get a good price for it. And sumptuous fur is currently going for 1 gold 50 basically on my standard realm, which means that as an overall, you could make a huge amount of profit from this farm I'm going to be showing you. Alright, without further ado, this farm basically requires you to have a barn level 3, which is a medium slot. Now, typically in my Garrison Gold Making setup guide, I advise you not to get the barn, and I don't really use the barn very often myself, and the reason for that is I'm actually trying to phase out all the tailoring stuff from all my characters and going over to try something else. However, that being said, it is still an absolute incredible way of making gold, and I really want to show that. So you do need a level 3 barn, and to get a level 3 barn, you will need an achievement. The achievement is super easy to get. To get the barn level 3, you will need a achievement called the Master Trapper. Now, it's hard for you to see this, but basically the Master Trapper is this one here. 125 work orders need to be placed at the barn. This is super easy to do. It's harder to do if you only have 1 character doing it. However, say you have 5 characters producing traps. Doing this, all you need to do is farm 25 traps on each character and place those 25 work orders on each character. That being said, you'll get this master trapper really quickly, and therefore you can unlock the barn level 3 and get your level 3 barn. The reason you need a level 3 barn to make this work efficiently is each level of barn gives you a different type of trap, and this different type of trap allows you to access different materials from capturing enemies. And as a result, the top enemy we are going to be capturing is the dire wolves, and these will give you sumptuous fur, which is exactly what we need. So make sure you basically go out into the world, get as many traps done as you can, get your 125 work orders placed, and as I say, it counts on all different characters, so you can really just do it on 6 characters, say 25 each on 6 characters, boom bang ping, done. Get it sorted. To say you can just do it on like 5 characters, literally just get 25 on each character, stick them into the barn, and boom bang ping, you got yourself a barn level 3. It took me less than a day to do. Honestly, it took just a few hours, and you know, once you've got the achievement, you've got it forever. Now, once you've done that, you'll be able to use these, basically this deadly iron trap here. You loot this. I've already got it in my bag just here, and you'll basically go to mobs, you'll take the mob to a very low health, you drop the trap on the floor, like so. The mob will get trapped. Oh no, I'm trapped. And it will give you a cage. When you've got the cage, you come and speak to Homer, here, Homer Stonefield. He will basically say, I will take your traps. And then when he's taking your traps, eventually, he will give you this barn work order. Now this barn work order turns into sumptuous fur. But my realm at the moment is actually 4 gold, 22 silver each, which is absolutely incredible. So right there is 760 gold. Right there, just going off the value currently on my realm with a min buyout of 422. So that's 750 gold right there. Then additionally, we've got these savage bloods, which can be sold on the auction house for around 50 gold, or even easier, just come to your trading post, go to the very last page, and buy as many of these as you've got bloods. And each of these are worth 50 gold. So let's go ahead and just open these really simply. 50 gold, 51 gold, 50 gold, 50 gold. There you go. We just made 200 gold just simply from collecting work orders. And that was a really small work order. If we have a huge work order, it's not uncommon to get like 15 to 20 savage blood, along with probably 3 or 4 stacks of sumptuous fur, which is absolutely incredible. This is why it is still a really good money maker right now to do this. Additionally, if you do have a level 3 barn, be sure to fly up to the top here and run in here. And what you'll actually find is there's a secret mug here. I've already got it, so it's a bit hard for me to get it now. But there's a secret mug here, and it will give you a pet cow. So if you go over to the pet journal, and it will give you a pygmy cow, okay, which is a really small cow, and you get that from it, the top floor of this. It's pretty cool. A lot of you guys will see I've got Golden Mane the Skinner here as a garrison follower for the barn. This used to give you a huge bonus back in the day, but Blizzard actually nerfed this when they brought in the new leveling system into basically the game. They reduced the leveling from 120 down to level 60 as the very max. With that nerf, they also had to nerf Golden Mane the Skinner because it basically became the barn became way too efficient as a gold making method. It broke to the game, so they had to basically massively nerf him. And in all honesty, it's just not worth getting Golden Mane the Skinner anymore. I wouldn't suggest it. Just leave it. There's really no need to. If you do want to ignore my advice and you want to get it, then I'll just show you really quickly where he can be found. He can be found at the tower just here. This tower right in the corner there. He's the top floor. Kill the orc, collect the key, unlock the cage. Golden Mane becomes your follower. Super easy. He can actually be worth getting because he does have a trait on, which is the scavenger trait, which allows you to get additional resources from garrison missions. So if you don't want to put him in here, use him as a mission follower as well. Okay, guys, so you're probably wondering, how do I get, my barn up to level 2, then level 3? Each time you'll be basically, each time you make your barn, say it's a level 1, you'll get a quest to trap 5 beasts of a certain level, and the first ones will probably be just in Shadowmoon Valley. Just go out here and trap a bunch of, like, I don't know, any mobs around here, just low level mobs, get them to low health, drop the trap, and they should be trapped. If you're struggling to stop, if you're accidentally one-shotting these mobs, it's really simple, guys. Don't use damaging abilities. Use abilities that will apply a dot. that doesn't do a lot of damage up front, and then drop the trap on top of the target. The trap will basically stop that target from hitting level. The trap will basically stop that target from instantly dying. It will take them all the way down to 1 health. So you just have to make sure the trap's on top of them before you use the ability, and therefore it should stop them from actually dying. However, just be careful with what abilities you're using. And you know, if you still are doing too much damage, take all your armor off. I believe I have like a naked equipment thing here. So let's just save that. Yes, and then equip for wolves. So that's my wolf. That's how my character looks when I'm doing wolves. Just enough armor to basically do damage, but not too much. And that's the way it should be. Okay, so once you've done the level 1, it will probably send you to Gorgrond, and you'll have to get all the wolves. You'll have to get all the boars over here. And once you've got the boars, you'll come back, you'll upgrade your thing to level 3 eventually. And then you need to go to Nagrand, which is exactly where we're going to go right now. So you need to fly over to Rel's Watch, which is the closest flight path to where we are going. Oh, I didn't mention as well, if you are trying to upgrade your barn and you don't know where you upgrade your barn, it's obviously in your town hall. I say obviously, but not to everyone. It's in your town hall, and you basically go over to your architect table, and there's a little gnome there. If you're Alliance, who sells the mechanics, the plans to upgrade your barn all the way up. Okie dokie, so you've arrived in Rel's Watch. At this point, mount up, and we are going to be flying over here towards this little waterfall. I'll just show you here. It's just down here. See? Rel's Watch is here, and we're flying over here. And down here are basically a stretch of river where wolves, elite wolves, spawn. And they spawn really quickly. So you can do this as a group. And if you've got a second account, you can put your character on follow. And both of you will get basically wolf cages, depending on who does obviously the capture. If you want to do this with a friend, you can easily team up, get more wolves done as a result, because it's so much quicker. So the wolves actually spawn here and go all the way along this path, and this is the route that you're going to be following, all the way along to just the end, which is around here. And this is where, you know, the wolves end, and it's just this stretch of river where you'll be farming the wolves consistently here. You really want to get about, I'd say it's about 37 cages per full load of work orders. So realistically, you're going to want to get yourself 37. So realistically, so to save you a bit of time, you're going to want to get 4 times 37. So that gives you a month worth of cages, and you don't have to come back and do any more farming again. So basically get yourself a month worth. Saves you a lot of time in the grand scheme of things. All right, to make this easier, I'm going to actually keybind my trap as number 1, just to make it nice and easy with everything. I am going to change to Shadow, I think, just so I have Shadow Word Pain, which should basically do a little bit less damage as single target, considering I'm just literally wanting to apply a dot and then put the trap down. So I apply the dot and then I put the trap down, and the mob gets trapped. I get a caged wolf pelt. Super simple, super easy. Let's just put those here to make it really easy to stand out. You see, these caged mighty wolves. So I want to get 37 times 4. So at least 150 then, realistically, to make this, you know, so I don't have to come back for another month. Now, I notice I'm doing a little bit too much damage here. So what I'm actually going to do is take even more of my gear off right now, because I really do not want to be killing these mobs right now. So I'm just going to save that as my new there, and then go ahead and apply some more dots. Okay, I'm not doing enough damage now, so that's a bit annoying. So I am actually going to put my my trousers back on, so I at least have some dignity as I'm running around. Let's do that. Okay, these little ones, you don't need to really worry about those at all. They're completely useless to you, and they won't really make you much gold at all. Okay, that's not bad. It's still a bit too slow for my liking in terms of damage, so I'm going to put the weapon back on. Weapon's probably the one doing it, isn't it? But let's find out. Lovely jubbly. Right, these other two we don't care about too much. We'll just put the dot on and leave them. Excellent. Yeah, this is perfect now. Now we're starting to get there. So all I'm doing is applying a dot, putting the trap down, and getting my cage, mighty wolves. And if you do this as a group, it goes 100% quicker. It's crazy how much quicker. But it's not really a problem. You can definitely solo this, and I solo most of the time. I have soloed it, to be honest. You don't get any special like loot from these. You know, you're not really gonna get anything like sexy like a transmog or anything. Just crack on and get the job done. When it comes to garrisons, everything's just about being passive, you know? So you put a little bit of time in, and as a result, you get a passive amount of gold consistently without having to actually play the game. Your garrison makes you gold as you sleep, you know? So it's like a passive income in real life. It's an income that is made when you don't have to put much work in. So you put a little bit of initial work, but after that, there's nothing else you have to do, which is pretty cool. Oh, this guy's going to die. Crap. Messed up. Oh no, he didn't die. Oh, I'm a pro. Oh, there is worth one note here. If you have completed the Warlords Adrenal campaign on your character you're doing this on, you should have access to the zone ability, which is the extra action bar ability, which allow you to be on your mount in this area, so you'll actually be able to attack from being on top of your mount, which makes it slightly quicker as you don't have to mount up each time you kind of do this, which is pretty helpful. I just realized I've got a trinket that's been executing the mobs for me, so I've had to take that trinket off, as that does not help at all. We don't want to be making this farm inefficient at all. A bit of a nightmare really, but that's fine. So you can see in just a couple minutes, I've already got up to 41, which is a week's worth already in terms of just traps. So with literally 15 minutes, you can get a full month's worth of traps, and you set those work orders up. Each week you have to just refill the work orders, but you're getting tons of passive gold this way. And as you can see, it just becomes kind of like a habit. I actually know players who do this farm, and this was like a really secret farm for like loads, like a long time, and I'm talking years. A lot of people didn't know about these secret farms for years and years. And when I found out about it, I was kind of like the first YouTuber to like really start taking them seriously in today's content. And a lot of people still really love doing these farms, so they're definitely worth consistently doing them. Excellent. And the main thing when it comes to this is just kind of like figuring out how much gear you can have on. And I figured out now the perfect amount of gear that I can have on for my stats to be just perfect to get them to low health without killing them too quickly. And I figured out I needed to take my weapon off because it had too much intellect on. So I've just got gloves, you know, legs, boots, and a couple, you know, like rings and trinkets and shenanigans like that. And it's so easy to do now. I'm just collecting these. I've already got 78 here. That's 2 loads. I'm laughing here, dude. This is the quickest thing I've done in terms of making gold. You know, when you're thinking like that all this gold you're making right now is literally just gonna be passive. You're spending what, 10-15 minutes just farming, and then after that you're just gonna reap the rewards. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind logging into a character to collect gold. You know, it's like opening a mailbox. The only difference is you're opening a barn. That's it. Apart from that, like your gold just flows. A lot of people really struggle with just the one-shotting aspect of this, they always like kill them, and you really just need to make sure you're using a dot, which is damage over time. That stands for a dot. Damage over time abilities, which will basically do no upfront damage. You don't want any upfront damage. You only want damage over time. So Shadow Word Pain on the Priest, literally any class can do this, and I assure you any class can do this, because guess what? I have every class. Actually, that's wrong. I don't have every class. I have nearly every class. The only class I don't have that does this is a monk, and that's just because I don't enjoy playing the monk. I don't like how they're all just like, you know, I like how they're always just like punching like in a really ridiculous way. Just a note really quickly, I wanted to add that this farm is not possible on a character under level 50, okay? You need to be level 50 and above to do this farm, and the reason for that is just due to chromie time. Chromie time will basically make these mobs too hard for you to basically solo. They are elites here, so even if you level 49, the mobs will literally be just too difficult to kill consistently to make this a worthwhile farm. You're much better off just hitting level 50, and you'll notice immediately the second you hit level 50, these guys will go down to like level 40, and they'll be super weak for you and super easy for you to kill. This is, I'd say, a level 50 to 60 farm. Anything kind of below that, you're gonna struggle. It's mainly just due to the way that chromie time works, and the way Blizzard have, you know, the mechanics that all the mobs kind of like go with you in terms of stats, and are always kind of a challenge. If they didn't, then the mobs would be easy all the way through, and there'll be no like real fun to playing the game. So I guess it's good in that regard. So far we've got 109, just a few more to go. I like to kill these little wolves as well, just because I find it actually increases the speed in which the big wolves spawn. So don't just ignore the little wolves. If they're in your way, kill them. It just makes sense. Increase the spawn rate of the whole place. If these big wolves share a spawn rate with the small wolves, like, you know, say they always need a certain level of the wolves up, then you're going to be better off just killing the small wolves. You see there's like small wolves here, but none of the big ones are spawning, so I'm killing those just to try and improve the spawn rates. I'm guessing the end, all the way at the end, they've all respawned over there. So I'm going to go back over there and carry on farming. It's so funny when I kill the little wolves and then see the big wolves instantly respawn. Okay guys, and this is the last one just here. We've captured all the wolves that we need. We've got 150. Let's head back to the garrison and fulfill these work orders. So as I said, it should be 37 work orders each. But I will just confirm here. I want to make sure, because, you know, I've got a full operational garrison here, and therefore I can get a little bit more work orders than a typical person running their garrison. If you've got a storehouse level 3, that allows you to add more work orders, so therefore you have to spend less time actually having to do stuff in your garrison. So Homer, here is your traps. So 36. I got it wrong. I was wrong by one number. 36. So theoretically then 36 times 4 is 144. So you need to farm 144 to have a month's supply. Super easy. And then literally I can come back in 5 days, it says here. Although that's really 6 days. It says 5 days. It's really 6 days and 23 hours and 59 minutes and so many seconds. So it's really 6 days, but yeah, it says 5 days because it instantly times down by 1 second. So I can come back every 5 to 6 days and clear this work order, add more work orders. These don't even need to be in my bags. I can put this in my bank and it will automatically come from my bank into here. Just make sure it's in the regent slot of your bank. So if I go here, Mr. Banky Bank, McBankerson, I will put you in the regent slot right there. Done. And that does everything I need it to. So if I go to the Homer again at any point, I can easily do that. Now this will obviously give me sumptuous fur if I am a tailor, and I can come over here and use the sumptuous fur to make more hex weave cloth and craft more bags if you want to. I do other things such as the inscription, which is where I craft cards of omens, and cards of omens are such a profitable item, it's ridiculous. Feel free to check out that video. But if you really found this video useful, guys, I really hope you will smash that like button and click subscribe for future videos. I'll be making a lot more of these videos going forward, and I really hope that you guys look forward to those as much as I do. Thank you so much for watching today's episode of Garrison Gold Setup. I will see you next time. This is Erosium. Out!